5 mistakes I made even as a fitness professional when trying to decrease my body fat and get lean in a body recomposition. Hey team, in today's video, normally I plan out all my scripts, I plan what I'm gonna tell you, but I just wanted to talk a little bit from the heart today and off the top of the head. I'm actually just down at my studio. Class starts in about just about an hour, so I had a little bit of free time, got my protein shake here, and I'm just gonna talk to you guys off the top of my head, switch it up a little bit from my usual videos, because first I really want to say thank you so much for all the support of this channel. I love reading your guys' comments that my videos are helping you on your journey. This has just been a whirlwind for me, from an idea to helping people in person here down at my studio and through my online coaching, getting the same questions over and over again. And I'm like, other people must have these questions as well. Why don't I start making videos explaining the basics to make fat loss and weight loss and fitness a lifestyle and make it simple to understand. So I love that my videos are helping you guys and it's actually working, and we're building a community here. So I just want to keep producing videos and more content to help you. So keep the questions coming. In this video specifically, I want to talk about 5 mistakes I made even as a fitness professional way back in the day, trying to get lean, decrease my body fat, and achieve like a body recomposition that I was doing completely wrong. So I really want to share my journey and what I did to go from fairly fit, but with a little bit more body fat, to fairly lean now, and actually the leanest I've ever been after having 2 kids. So cheers, let's get right into it. But if you're new here, subscribe to my channel, hit that bell so you get a notification when I release a new video every single week to help you on your fitness and fat loss journey. My name's Michelle Roots, kinesiologist, personal trainer, nutrition coach, and fitness and fat loss motivation specialist. I have over 16 years experience in the industry helping people decrease body fat, increase lean muscle to become the leanest, strongest, healthiest, happiest versions of themselves. And I created this channel because I want to help you as well. Okay, so let's get into it. What are the 5 mistakes that I actually look back on? This would have been about 16 years ago. I'm 40, guys. I'm 40. Just turned 40 in November. So I'm old. I don't feel old, but I'm 40. I've been doing this a long time. When I was in university finishing my kinesiology degree, that's where I really dove into strength training and really started taking an interest in helping people, and this is what I wanted to do for a living. Back then were the days of fitness magazines and seeing these really skinny, ripped ladies on the cover of fitness magazines and thinking to myself, if I want to be a really good personal trainer, I have to get on the cover of that magazine. I have to look like that. There's 5 mistakes I was making that I don't want you to make as well. And I have this conversation often with my online coaching clients and in-person coaching clients, and a lot of women just in general. I feel like society and social media and so many things play into our thought process behind this, and it's not your fault if you are making any of these mistakes, because honestly, the information that's out on the internet, it's insane, the things that I read or things that people send to me and say, is this true? And I'm like, where did you read this? So I want to set the record straight here. Here's 5 things. I'm sure there's more, but these are the top 5 mistakes that I was making that I don't want you to make as well, especially if your goal is a body recomposition and you're looking to decrease body fat, increase lean muscle to appear leaner and start to see cuts in your body. Mistake number 1, I wasn't lifting heavy enough and I wasn't challenging myself. It was still that belief in that lower weights for higher reps is gonna get me tone. And then of course, through doing research and learning more in my profession and taking courses and reading books and testing things out on my own body, I learned a lot about progressive overload and what it means to actually lift heavy for certain rep ranges and really challenge yourself. So that's the first mistake I was making. I was using weights that weren't challenging me enough, which is why, for example, my goal was to always to be able to do a chin-up, which took me a very long time to get to. But I look back and I say, how am I supposed to do a chin-up? I was barely doing lat pull downs with heavy enough weight or single arm dumbbell rows. I was using about 20 pounds, 25 pounds, whereas now I do like a 60-pound dumbbell, a 50-pound dumbbell with a single arm dumbbell row, and I'm able to knock out 10 chin-ups or pull-ups on a good day. So let's say like 5 on average, 10 on a good day. It just depends on the day. So that's the first mistake I don't want you to make. Ladies, don't believe that lifting heavy will make you bulky. I made an entire video all about this because I don't want you to believe it. Check out that video right here. I'll link that in the description below. So number 1, make sure you are lifting to your ability and continue to follow progressive overload. If you don't know what progressive overload is, I also have a video explaining all about that right here, already on my channel. I'll also link that in the description below as well. Number 2, not eating enough for how much I was moving throughout the day and exercising and not getting enough protein. I was literally working, at that point, I was building my business. So I was working, training clients on my feet, training soccer teams, training basketball teams, training athletes, doing all kinds of stuff from about 6 a.m., ending my day around 8 p.m. I was training 12 hours a day. I was on my feet plus doing a workout on top of that. And there is no way, I don't know about how many calories I was eating back then, but I know 100% there is no way I was eating enough to fuel my body through just my work day as well as my workouts. And definitely not prioritizing protein. Sure, I knew protein was important. I was using protein powder. I was focusing on getting healthy meals, but there's no way I was hitting my protein goal, which I emphasize on this channel so much if you are looking to build lean muscle or get leaner and achieve a body recomposition. So that's mistake number 2, not eating enough. The whole eat less to lose weight is not true for sustainable fat loss. You are looking to decrease your body fat and increase lean muscle to get stronger. You need to eat to fuel your body. One thing I always say, and when clients come into my studio here, and if we're 3/4 of the way through the workout and they're just getting gassed, and I say, when was the last time you ate? It was, and then they stumble. And I say, remember, food is fuel. So eating less and then going to the gym and having zero energy to crush your workouts and challenge your body, that's not gonna have a good effect on your overall results. So remember, you are eating to fuel your body, to reduce cravings, to help your body build muscle in order to in turn decrease body fat. You don't wanna feel hungry all the time, you don't wanna feel tired all the time, and you wanna focus on hitting your protein goal. You wanna know more? And of course, I've got a video for you. So if you wanna know how to hit your protein goal and how to calculate your protein goal for a body recomposition, got that video for you too. I'll link that in the description below. Just wanna take a minute to thank today's video sponsor, Element. One of my go-tos for replenishing my electrolytes, especially after a sweaty workout. Electrolytes are so important for hundreds of functions in the body, including hormonal regulation, conduction of nerve impulses, nutrient absorption, and fluid balance. Sometimes water just isn't enough, and Element is the perfect balance of 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. And better yet, no sugar or artificial sweeteners, so no junk. They offer so many different flavors, and Element can help prevent and eliminate headaches, sleeplessness, fatigue, muscle cramps, and other common symptoms of electrolyte deficiency. Right now, Element is offering my listeners a free sample pack with any order. That's 8 single serving packets free with any Element order. It's a great way to try all 8 flavors. Get yours at drinkelement.com/Michelle. This deal is only available through my link. You must go to drinklmnt.com/Michelle. Mistake number 3, I was way too restrictive, because I wanted to get ripped. I wanted a 6-pack because I wanted to be on the cover of a magazine. There is no way I could eat like I was eating back then, and it's very, very common, and I know a lot of people still have that all or nothing mentality. I had that mentality, and at that point, me and my now husband, we were dating long distance. So he lived a 2.5-hour drive away from me, so during the week, I was living by myself. So meaning I wouldn't buy bad foods and bring them into the house, because why? I live by myself, I can't have them, they're bad foods, why would I bring them into the house? On the weekends, I would go and buy stuff so that he would have non-healthy foods to eat, but I was way too restrictive. But what ended up happening, so because we were dating long distance, or weekends, you go out with your friends, you do your thing. I was in my mid-20s, so of course we're going out. So restrictive. Friday night comes and I'm like, I'm starving, I've been working all week, I'm tired, and we're out, we're drinking, we're going to restaurants, we're eating. And I kind of went the complete opposite way. I don't want to say I binged, but I definitely let loose on the weekends and then got back on track on Monday. But it was because I was so restrictive during the week that I felt like I had to fit it all in on a weekend. Or if I had a family dinner, or if there was dessert, I'm like, I better eat all the dessert now and get it over with. and then start fresh tomorrow. Whereas just being like, it's fine, I'll just have a piece. That's kind of how I live now. Obviously I have 2 sons and a husband now who live in my house. They need sweets and they need chips and they need, you know, good foods, and we have those in the house. And when I'm craving a cookie, I eat a cookie. I've shown you guys in my other videos that I love certain cookies. I keep them in my freezer. I have chocolate in the house. I have all kinds of stuff, but I don't restrict myself. If I'm craving a cookie or I'm craving chocolate, I just eat it and move on with my life. 80-20 rule. So 80% of my day is healthy. If 20% of my day includes a donut, and it was really good and I really enjoyed it and I move on with my life, not a big deal, I don't freak out about it. So to get away from that all or nothing where I messed up my whole day. Often clients will message me and be like, oh, I messed up my whole day. And it was because they ate healthy for breakfast, they went out for lunch, or someone brought some snacks into the office and they're like, oh, I had a donut at lunch. But then the rest of their day was really healthy too. You didn't mess up your day. You had a donut, whatever. Move on with your life. It's not a big deal. Nobody is perfect. So if you're striving to be perfect, you are not going to be successful. Birthday parties happen, vacations happen, and often like that was back in the day when we were going to Vegas. So I remember like 2 weeks before Vegas, I was going hard, cardio every day, spray tans. I was like, no carbs, this, blah, 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 and to get as ripped as I could for Vegas. And then you get to Vegas and we all know you go the complete opposite way. And it just doesn't make sense to me now, where now I'm like, my whole motto is train for life, be ready for anything. It's written in my logo right there. And also just don't get ready, stay ready. So I know I'm not gonna be ripped literally all year round. There's gonna be some days I feel more bloated. There's gonna be some day the scale goes up, goes down after events. But the key is not restricting yourself and knowing that you are human and it's allowed, cookies are allowed. Have one cookie, don't eat the whole box of cookies. If you go to a birthday party, celebrate whoever's birthday it is, because that is life. Enjoy a piece of cake and move on. That's it, and don't feel guilty about it. The key is getting back on track when you can and not letting food guilt take over and have you to binge for an entire week and skip your workouts and all the things because you feel like you failed. You didn't fail, you're human. So that's number 3, remember you're human. Don't be so restrictive. Allow yourself a little bit of leeway here and there. And unless of course you're someone who's gonna be in a bodybuilding competition in 3 weeks and you're gonna be on stage in a string bikini and some clear heels and you have a specific body fat percentage to reach by a specific date, then yeah, no, you gotta cut it back and, you know, be very strict. But if you're just living life and just have a body recomposition goal, you will be much more successful and your results will be a lot more sustainable if you do it in a healthy, balanced way. Mistake number 4, I was over-exercising, literally. I used to do crazy treadmill sprints, HIIT workouts, strength workouts. I wanna say I worked out 6 to 7 days a week and I felt guilty for taking a rest day. And you know, on top of not eating enough, on top of, you know, not lifting heavy enough and doing too much cardio and doing, you know, sweating. Every workout had to be sweaty. I had to be drenched in sweat and burn all the calories. I ran my body into the ground, and what started happening is I wasn't building muscle. I was strength training, and then I was doing all the cardio, so my body, because it didn't have enough fuel, was using that muscle to fuel me through my crazy intense cardio days. So remember that rest days are okay. Right now, because of the way my life is set up with online coaching, running this business here, I've got 2 kids, I've got a husband, I've got all kinds of stuff going on, which is great. But I probably work out in a good week, 4 days a week, 3 days for sure, strength training. I'm walking every day, so I'm trying to hit my 10K steps every day. Obviously, I have an active job, and I have a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old. So obviously, I don't sit down very often. And then I have a walking pad at home where I try and walk in front of the TV. I try and walk for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and then try and get in maybe a metabolic workout on the assault bike, on the rowing machine, or just like a body weight, one of my YouTube videos here in the follow-up. And then I take about 2 or 3 days off. Just remember that rest and recovery is just as important as your workouts. Stretching, foam rolling, mobility work, and just chill. Mistake number 5, and I'm sure if you're a woman, I'm sure a lot of you can relate to this one. Using the scale to measure my progress, I used to always have a weight loss goal, which looking back, because when I finally reached that body weight that I wanted, I think it was 145 was, I was like 160. And then I was like, oh, I wonder what I would look like at 150. and I got to 150 and I was like, oh, okay, I wonder what I would look like at 145. And the things I did to get to 145, and then when I got there, I was like, meh, I didn't have a booty, I didn't have much muscle tone, I wasn't lean. And the funny thing is that I've done a whole video about that. I'll put that in the description here. It's this video right here. I'll link that below. About when I hit that goal weight, nothing happened other than people were like worried about me, being like, are you eating? You need to eat more. You're losing weight, you're getting skinny, because they always saw me as athletic. And then, so that was, I hit 145, but not much muscle mass. And I was definitely not as lean as I am now. Whereas now I'm 150 pounds and like way leaner. I've got my leg muscles back. I've got a booty. I've got like curves in my body. I got definition in my abs. And I'm not saying this to like flaunt it. I'm just saying is that the scale is not the be all end all. And if you've watched any other videos on my channel, you know that I hate the scale, especially because I've been there, guys. If you're in that position, the reason I speak so highly of it and I drill it into your head is because I have been there. I chased that number on the scale and I got to it and nothing happened. I felt like crap. So that was one mistake I was making. And part 2 of this number 5 is I was analyzing my body in the mirror every day. Are my abs here yet? Are my abs here? How's my definition? How's this? Every single day. And honestly, I talk about this as well. In a body recomposition, you are not going to see your changes every single day. So stop looking for them. You see your body every day and the changes are so slight that you are not gonna notice a difference. It's the people who haven't seen you for 4 weeks are gonna notice a difference. It's your progress pictures. I've posted on my Instagram 2 of my online coaching clients in the past month have done their progress pictures and the changes are insane, but there is 0 change on the scale. I'll post them here. Look at these. It's insane. Isn't this amazing? 0 change on the scale. Actually, one of them actually went up 4 pounds. And it wasn't until they saw their 2 pictures side by side that they finally realized, whoa, things are happening. It's happening. So that was mistake number 5. Do not rely on just the scale. Make sure you're tracking your strength in the gym, you're tracking your energy levels, how your clothes feel. Take those progress pictures. Even if you're not comfortable in your skin right now, you're not comfortable in your body, take the pictures, put them in a private folder in your phone so as long as you have them. They're for your eyes only to track your progress, because until you personally see your pictures side by side, you're not gonna believe it. Even when your husband's telling you, your friends are telling you, you're like, oh, they're just saying that. You're gonna believe it when you see your pictures side by side, and that's gonna motivate you to keep going. So that's mistake number 5. And I wanna add like a bonus because I just thought of this off the top of my head, sleep. I was not prioritizing my sleep. Of course, like I said, my work schedule was insane. I was building my business up at 4:30 in the morning, get home from work at like 8 or 8:30 p.m. Of course, mid-20s, I'm watching, did we have Netflix back then? 2006, 2007? I don't even know if Netflix was a thing. I've lost all track of time. But watching TV, relaxing, going to bed, 11, and then getting up at 4 again. I wasn't prioritizing my sleep, and then I was partying on the weekends, and sleep just wasn't a priority to me. Whereas now, once you've gone through having kids, sleep is the most precious thing in the world to me. I'm in bed by 9:30, and I'm still up at like 5 or 6 in the morning, but I'm making sure I'm getting at least 6 to 8 hours if I can. That's like my last bonus tip, is make sure you're prioritizing your sleep. As silly as it sounds, it's something that a lot of people don't do, and it really does help with fat loss, muscle building, recovery. While you're sleeping is when your muscles are recovering and building. So that's just what I wanted to share with you guys today. The 5 mistakes I was making in a body recomposition and a goal of getting leaner and becoming a fitness model. It sounds kind of silly now looking back, but it really was my goal. And I just want to share with you, like, I got to my goal kind of after having my second son with the mindset more so, it wasn't about losing my baby weight. After I had my second son, I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure I'm done with kids. And I really just want to get my strength back. I wanted to get my muscle back. So my main focus after having my second son was just lift as heavy as I can. I want to see how strong I can get. I want to be able to do unassisted chin-ups and pull-ups, and I want to be able to deadlift. I can deadlift about 225, 230 pounds depending. Maybe that's not heavy for some people, but that's a lot more than I was lifting. And it feels good. So nothing beats the feeling of strong. So I got to this by a completely different way and different goals than what I was doing before. I wanted to be able to live my life, go for donuts on a Saturday morning with my kids and show them that healthy balance is a thing. I wanted to be able to do that guilt-free. I wanted to be able to take my kids for walks and not feel like I have to sweat and go crazy and get a crazy workout. So fitting fitness more into my lifestyle. And that's why I speak from experience on this channel, because I know a lot of you are in the same position. And we as women are very hard on ourselves. We are so hard on ourselves. We want to be perfect all the time. We want to have the perfect body. We want to be the perfect mom. We want to be the perfect wife. We want to have the clean house that looks pretty on Instagram. We want to be all the things, but give yourself some grace. So I hope this video is helpful, guys. And if you're looking for more personalized help on your fitness or fat loss journey, you can find out more about working with me one-on-one in my online fitness and nutrition coaching. I'll put a link in the description below as to where you can find out more about working with me. Have a great week. Remember, progress, not perfection, patience and consistency, and just keep going. Believe in yourself and watch the magic happen. And I'll see you guys next week.